Slimehouse TV, myself Theo Kane. Now for the past few weeks I've been getting lost in a PlayStation game called Horizon Forbidden West. It's a big open world adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic future starring a chick called Aloy that I like to call Bayloy because I just think she's awesome like that. And she fights these giant machines that are all based on various animals and dinosaurs, and I love the designs of them. It's a beautiful game. Aesthetically, everything about it is so perfect to me. I played the first one a couple of years ago and this franchise quickly became one of my favourite game franchises of all time. Unfortunately though, it doesn't get that much merchandise, which is why I was really surprised when recently I saw that LEGO were going to release a Tallneck LEGO official Horizon Forbidden West playset. And although I'm not a big LEGO collector or anything like that, like I haven't picked up a LEGO set since I was a kid, this was something that I had to jump on and I had to get involved with. The only downside to this whole thing was that there was no pre-order option on it. So I couldn't put my name on one in advance, I couldn't pay for one early to guarantee that I could get one. The only way that I knew that I'd be able to pick one up is if I jumped on a website on the midnight launch, or if I actually went to a store and picked one up in person. All I knew is that it came out on the 1st of May. Well, today is the 1st of May, and this morning, luckily, I managed to secure my very own LEGO Tallneck. Now, I'm so gassed to get into this thing. I've been thinking about it for weeks. I really wanted to do a video on it. Like I said, I'm not normally a LEGO build kind of guy or anything like that, but this to me is something really special, and I would be stupid to let this thing go and not do something on it. I love that game too much. It means too much to me. So in today's video, I'm going to open this thing, I'm going to build it, review it, do a whole video on it, and I can't wait to share that with you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's open my brand new Horizon Forbidden West Tallneck by LEGO. Pow! Okay, so let's do it. Horizon Forbidden West LEGO. Who would have thought? It's also the first time that I've known LEGO be 18 plus. Like, I must be out the loop. Is this a normal thing? You could literally be 16 years old. You could buy a house, you could get married, you could learn to drive and buy a car, have a fucking orgy, but you can't go to Smyths and buy one of these? What's going on? Oh, but look how awesome it's going to look when it's built. Okay, I've got no idea how long it's going to take to make this thing, so I don't want to spend a further second analysing these box graphics. Let's get it open and see what inside it's looking like. So it looks like there's 8 bags altogether on this book, which looks pretty thick. Ah, I knew this was going to be complex. Hey, there she is, Aloy, my G! It's a really nice book as well. You know when something's just put together well and feels like a good high-end packaged product? That's what this feels like. And we've got all these instructions nice and clear there. What could go wrong? Well, I'm just going to start with the first couple bags, dive straight in. Do my best to follow these instructions, try not to fuck it up. Let's see how we get on. Oh, there's a lot of LEGO in here, I'm not going to lie. I might have kind of underestimated how long it's going to take to put it all together. And it'll also take me 10 times longer because I'm filming the whole process. Alright, fuck it, let's just start with these first couple of bags. Now, I'm already regretting just emptying this shit out on my table, so I'm going to use some of these takeaway tubs to keep everything neat and organised. These are the kind of thing that you wash out after you've had a takeaway and never really know what to do with them. But you don't want to just throw them away because it feels fucking wasteful and there's enough plastic already taking up landfills and shit. So this is perfect. I feel good about this. Captain Planet would be proud. Oh, this little ice tray is not bad either. This makes them big chunky blocks of ice for when you want to have that strong one on the rocks. But it also makes a nice little segmented Lego holder. Right, so what am I doing first? Need one of these. One of these. Need one of them. Oh, first piece, that's it. There's no turning back now, we've committed. So while I'm cracking on with this, I want to tell you a bit about how hard it was to actually track one of these down. Like I said, there was no pre-order on this or anything like that, and it was actually a bit of an ordeal trying to secure one. So much so that me and my girl Rox had to both go and queue at 2 different stores hours before they opened, and even then we wasn't guaranteed to come away with one. But we filmed the whole mission of trying to track one down, and I'm going to feature the footage in an upcoming episode of Toy Talk Tuesday, where I'm going to be discussing pre-orders and scalping and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you keep an eye out for that video dropping in the next few weeks. Okay, so where we at? It seems like I'm building some kind of derelict wall, and I've purposely not looked at the pictures of this thing too much because I want it to be a surprise when I put it all together. So I don't exactly know what this piece is that I'm building here, but so far it looks like a piece of wall. So I feel like I'm missing a piece. It does say on the box that if you're missing a piece to get in touch with Lego, so I'm getting pissed off now thinking that I've not got all the pieces that I need. Them 3 little bits there, I need some of them. And I can't see them anywhere. It's proper starting to wind me up. Not there. Fucking Lego. Hang on, what's this? I forgot about this bag. I think they might be in here. Yeah, they're in here. Oh, look at all these parts that I didn't know I had. Look at Aloy's little bow and arrow. Building my wall, building whatever this is. Oh, it looks like a cute little robot. Well, that's that, whatever that's supposed to be. Okay, so it wants me to make 2 of them. To be honest, I'm not really into repetitive stuff like this, where you have to do the same thing multiple times over and over again, but whatever. Oh yeah, you for real? I've got to build all that shit again? So everything I just did was just half of the base? Fuck my life! Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for Aloy and the Tallneck. What happened to them old school Lego bases where you just built everything on top of one sheet? This new Lego is long. Okay, so that's both them done. They both slot together like that. And I can start adding some of this terrain and greenery. To be fair, this is a real nice sturdy base. I suppose with how big the Tallneck looks like it's going to be, it needs some real sturdy support. Oh, hang on, I've done something wrong here. Where that block breaker at? Let me do that again. Fuck's going on here now? This little piece won't slot in. Look at that weird little gap there. What's that about? So I'll rip it all apart again, see where I've gone wrong, see what I'm missing. Fuck's sake, now it's doing it the other way. What's wrong with it? How is that even possible? It's Lego. If there's one thing you can guarantee about Lego, it's that everything fits together. That's the whole point of Lego, is it not? Welcome to Slimehouse TV. In today's episode, I'm going to build the same piece of Lego 50 times over and still not get it right. Don't forget to send me money on Patreon. Really though, what is it that I'm not doing right here? It's only Lego. I'm not trying to build an actual Tallneck. Shit's fucking tedious. I feel like I'm trying to do that Thornmarsh fight pit challenge all over again. Okay, try once more. Please just work. Thank you. Hey, it's looking good though, this. You know the thing I like about Lego? It's like the same reason I enjoy building Gundam models. They're like a big jigsaw. Everything's there for you to make something awesome. You've just got to put it all together in the right order and you get to create something that's fucking cool without having to draw anything from your own creative brain energy. It's definitely something that I always try and make time for, so this is cool. We've got all these little bits of various terrain and rocks there. Bit of sand over there, bit of grass there. And check these pretty little flowers. Horizon Forbidden West is such a beautiful game. Like, I can't even tell you how gorgeous it all looks. Like, it's a pure joy to play. And with all these little plants and bushes and trees, it definitely feels like they've captured some of that post-apocalyptic vibe where nature's taking back over everything and everything's covered in different plants and flowers and fungus. Oh, now this I rate. Yo, this is a perfect example of what I was just saying. So you've got this street light, but then you clip this little vine in the bottom, wrap it round and stick it in the top. Oh, that is without doubt, honestly, my favourite bit of this build so far. That's awesome. That's so Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, so that's all the base completely done. Time to move on to the big boy Tallneck. So this is what I'm expecting with the actual Tallneck build. This thing's going to be super complex. If that base build fried my brain, then this thing's going to be a whole different world of pain. I'm going to have to stay super focused, make sure I follow all these instructions to a T and not get distracted. So far it feels like it's going to be a mad mix between classic Lego with some super modern parts combined with Lego Technic and a bit of Lego Bionicle, Mask of Light. Yo, and I don't know why these people get on that do these big Lego Star Wars Death Star builds and shit. I got nothing but respect for you lot that fucks with them things. Absolute maniacs. Okay, so that looks like a pretty sturdy torso right there. This is going to be one awesome Tallneck. I love the Tallneck as well because it's literally the only chill machine in the whole game. I mean, that could all change. They might all turn evil by the end of the story. I've not actually finished the new game yet. I've been playing it since release date and doing a couple of hours on it every night. But I've been really making sure to hammer every single side mission and quest and race and hunting challenge and everything else before I complete the story because I'm so invested in the game at this point. I just know it's going to be one of them that once I complete it, it's going to feel like a part of my soul's been taken away from me. Another cool thing about the Tallneck in the game is that it's based on a giraffe, and giraffes are awesome. You ever see a giraffe fight when they smash their heads together like big fucking flailing pendulums? It's brutal. In the game, they also act like satellites. You climb on top of them and then you use your hacking device to override them. And that's how you open up the various sections of the map in the game, and they show you all the different places that you haven't visited yet. So whenever I'm playing and I find a Tallneck, I'm always buzzing. So get that neck in there, in that torso, pin it in like that. And you've got these little spiky antenna pieces. You often climb up these to get on top of the Tallneck. So it's fun to clip them together, because I've climbed up these things 100 times in these games. Click, click, click! I think that means this bit's supposed to click together. Click, click! All the clicks! This is when it all gets a little bit Lego Technic and Bionicle, creating these ball joint style armature articulated parts for the legs. They feel nice and stiff too, which is perfect. I mean, these legs are pretty spindly when you think about it and when you look at them, so however we're putting them together, they've got to be strong enough to take the weight of everything that's going on the top half. I like these little vents as well that fit on the side of the thighs. If this was any other machine in Horizon Forbidden West, this is where I'd be firing my acid arrows, get them built up to the elemental stage so that I can whack them with some tear arrowheads, get them fucking looted for salvage parts, but never the Tallneck. The Tallneck is the homie. I check the feet. Oh, and they seem to snap in there nice and secure. Almost like connects, which is good because I don't want this thing fucking toppling over. So I've got to create 2 more of these legs, and they're all pretty much identical. And I know I said at the start of the video that I don't like doing repetitive stuff, but I don't really mind at this point because now I can see it all coming together, so it all feels a little bit more rewarding and like there's a light at the end of the tunnel and we're at the final hurdle. And now I genuinely can't wait to see it all finished. It's got me a little bit gassed. And while I'm putting all this together, it's got me thinking, what are some other dream Lego sets that could reel me in like this one to get me to want to buy more? Like Toxic Crusaders or Godzilla? What about some classic 80s violent shit? Rambo, Predator, Aliens, Freddy Krueger's Boiler Room? Any of them would be day one purchases for me. And now that they're doing these 18 plus sets, maybe it means that they could do some more franchises that are a bit more adult based and get some sets that are like Certificate 18 movie themed. What do you think? I think it'd be fucking awesome. Anyway, that's his body finished. Look how proud he stands! And to say that they've made this out of Lego and have obviously been restricted within the confines of creating it out of Lego blocks and sticking to the style of Lego, they've completely knocked it out of the park with that body, and I feel it's a perfect Lego translation of the Tallneck from the game. So now all we've got to do is get his head connected. So last bag, number 8, let's do it. Let's get this Tallneck's head completed and wrap this video up. So that's all the Tallneck completely done. The base is done, the feet are stuck into the base, it's nice and secure, and all I've got to do now is these last little fun bits. I can build the little watcher machine, which was actually the first thing that it wanted us to build on the first page of the instructions, but I wanted to leave these bits until last, so I'm building that now. And then of course the prize jewel of the set, I get to build the minifigure of Aloy. Also, it's awesome what they've done with the Watcher because they've given it 3 different eye colours to choose from. So in the game, their eyes are yellow when they're scanning the area, red when they want to kill you, and blue when you've hacked them so that they're on your side. And because I want this whole piece to have a chill vibe, I'm going to give it a friendly blue eye, so it's like Aloy's already overridden it. And speaking of Aloy overriding machines, she can't do that without a little spear in its override module, so we're building that now. It's actually super oversized compared to her body, but this shit's Lego, so what are you gonna do? And now for the actual minifigure of Aloy itself. This thing is so perfect. I love how she's got a proper traditional Nora Huntress outfit on. She also comes with 2 different facial expressions you can choose from, and I'm not sure which one I should go with. What do you think? Mouth open or closed? I think I'll go mouth open. She looks a bit happier. I like my Aloy happy and not stressing. She's hacked a Watcher. She's about to override a Tallneck. She's having an awesome day. One of the most iconic things about Aloy as well is that awesome fiery braided hair, and I feel like they've done it so perfect here. I also love how it's sculpted with a hole in the side of it with this blue light for her focus, and it also looks like her focus is glowing and is actively scanning stuff. It's so well done. The only gripe that I've got with this whole thing is that I wish they'd given her a bow that actually looks like the bow that she uses in the game. This one feels like it's just pulled from any Lego set that had an archer in it, and her bow is such a distinct looking piece of kit that no ordinary bow could ever look like it. But I'm also sure that with a few random pieces of Lego you could create something that looks a lot better, so it's not the end of the world. But obviously, overall, I'm still very happy with the set and I can't wait to show you all the finished piece. So what I'm going to do now is get all these little decals stuck down, I'm going to get my cinematic lighting set up, and I'll catch up with you very shortly for the big final reveal. So there it is in all its glory. What a fun little build. It did take a lot longer than I thought to put it all together, but it's impossible to say how long it would normally take because obviously I was filming at the same time and constantly changing my camera angles and the lighting and stuff, but it still didn't make it any less enjoyable for me to put together. And as I've said multiple times in this video, I'm such a huge fan of the Horizon game franchise, so the fact that this thing even exists is so awesome to me. The overall finished piece didn't disappoint, and it was well worth all the effort it took to secure one. I'm so happy with my little Aloy minifigure. She's definitely the standout piece of the whole set. She looks so perfect in Lego form, bless her. But the whole thing is just such a perfect package. The way that it's set out with the round base makes it almost feel like its own little diorama. And the fact that this was such an exclusive run makes me feel really privileged to own one. And it's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, going to be taking pride of place in my house when I find the perfect spot to display it. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and binge the back catalogue. You can also find me on Instagram at Theo_Kane_Slimehouse, and if you want to help support this channel even more, I've got a Patreon, so you can head over to patreon.com/SlimehouseTV, and for as little as $1 a month or more, if you're feeling a bit more generous, you can help support this channel and make these videos bigger and better than ever. With all that said and done, I'm going to give my eyes a rest because I've been on this thing for hours, but I'm really pleased with it. Look how cool it looks. I can't wait to get into more stuff like this. I've got so much cool stuff coming out, but until then, I need a rest. I'm Theo Kane. This is Slimehouse TV. I'll catch you in the next video, and until then, I'm gone.